Have you ever given any thought to whether or not what is being reported about Kim Soo Hyun is true? The internet has been ablaze with headlines and accusations about him in recent days. It's becoming difficult to keep your anger at the actor at bay when new information is revealed every hour. It appears that everyone is blaming Kim Soo Hyun, especially in light of Kim Soo Hyun's unfortunate death. What if I told you, though, that this is all still conjecture? What if Kim Soo Hyun is already dealing with serious repercussions even if none of it has been proven? Contract cancellations, reports that he was fleeing the country, and a damaged reputation. All of this occurred before he had an opportunity to defend himself. Is it justifiable to ruin someone's life, career, and possibly even mental health over something that may not even be true? Other celebrities have experienced this in the past, and regrettably, history may be repeating itself. I will demonstrate to you today why, at least for the time being, you are treating Kim Soo Hyun unfairly. Let's explore the entire story, so stay with me through to the very finish. Let me quickly recap what has been happening in case you aren't completely aware of the issue. Kim Soo Hyun was recently embroiled in one of the most significant scandals to hit South Korea in recent memory. Allegations that he had a romantic relationship with actress Kim Soo Hyun while she was still a minor were the beginning of it all. Following confirmation of the claim by her mother, aunt, and even a South Korean YouTuber who frequently discusses scandals, these accusations acquired traction. These sources claim that the relationship started in 2015 when Kim Soo Hyun was 27 and Kim Soo Hyun was only 15. Nevertheless, following the initial denials, Kim Soo Hyun's agency subsequently acknowledged that a connection did occur, but only after Kim Soo Hyun became of legal age, which occurred in 2019 or 2020. However, it didn't end there. The costs of the incident, which came to about $480,000, were compensated by Kim Soo Hyun's business, gold medalist, after Kim Soo Hyun caused an automobile accident in 2021 while driving while intoxicated. Rumors thereafter began to circulate that Kim Soo Hyun was under pressure from Kim Soo Hyun to return the money. The agency refuted this, claiming that Kim Soo Hyun was not intended to be coerced and that the notification was a legal need. The harm had already been done, regardless of the agency's justification. Kim Soo Hyun was kicked out of a number of projects and lost big contracts, including one with Prada. There were even rumors that Kim Soo Hyun had fled South Korea to escape the attention of the media. Even more concerning is how the situation worsened following Kim Soo Hyun's untimely death in February 2025, which was determined to be a suicide. Some began to subtly blame Kim Soo Hyun, saying that her untimely death was partly caused by the financial and emotional strain he placed on her. Is this true, though? Let's stand back and distinguish fact from conjecture. When discussing the allegations made against Kim Soo Hyun, we must take into account both the facts and the conjecture. The YouTuber and Kim Soo Hyun's relatives, including her mother and aunt, made the most serious claims. However, there is currently no reliable evidence to support these assertions. In actuality, the intimate relationship only occurred after Kim Soo Hyun attained legal adulthood, according to confirmation from Kim Soo Hyun's agency. However, other people think that the actor tried to downplay the situation with his statement. However, once more, there is no hard proof to back up these claims. Kim Soo Hyun's 2021 vehicle accident, which was reported by gold medalist, is another issue that has drawn a lot of criticism. However, there is no concrete proof to support the accusations that Kim Soo Hyun forced her to pay back the expenses. Family members and a dubious YouTuber's statements serve as the primary foundation for the accusations. We are left with contradicting accounts as Kim Soo Hyun is no longer able to speak for herself, and ultimately, the law maintains that an individual is innocent until and unless proven guilty. Therefore, why is everyone denouncing Kim Soo Hyun before the investigation is even finished? This leads us to the most significant problem at hand. Without the opportunity to defend himself, Kim Soo Hyun is already dealing with serious repercussions, such as losing contracts and being publicly rejected. He may have even temporarily fled South Korea to avoid the mounting pressure, according to rumors. The speed at which everything has happened is even more concerning. Kim Soo Hyun was one of Korea's most popular actors only a few days ago. He is now viewed as the bad guy. And why? Due to allegations that have not been thoroughly examined. Making such a snap judgment about someone based only on gossip is a risky precedent. Why do we dismiss people so quickly before the investigation is finished? Shouldn't we require hard evidence for such grave charges? Before drawing conclusions, why not at least allow the accused an opportunity to defend themselves? It is concerning how quickly these penalties have been applied, and it begs the important question: why is it so hasty to ruin someone's life before all the facts are known? This is not a novel situation. People in South Korea have a history of being unfairly judged, which has nearly destroyed their lives and professions. Just consider 2021 Kim Won-ho. He was charged with forcing his former girlfriend to get an abortion. Kim Won-ho's career collapsed in a matter of hours as the charges spread like wildfire. Projects he was working on were put on hold, and he lost contracts with big brands. However, the truth was revealed during an investigation, and it became clear that the issue was far more complicated than it had first seemed. Although Kim Won-ho's identity was eventually cleared, the harm had already been done. His career was already in ruins at that point. Even more startling is the fact that after the truth was out, the same individuals who had abused him so harshly just moved on. Kim Soo Hyun now appears to be following the same course. His career is now at risk after a single charge and a hasty decision. We have witnessed this hasty judgment without considering all aspects, and regrettably, it appears to be occurring once more. Another illustration is Nam Joo-hyuk, who was charged with bullying at school in 2022. His reputation was ruined in a matter of days. He had boycotts, lost contracts, and his career was in danger of collapsing. However, an inquiry showed that the charges were unfounded. The rumors were refuted by his friends, classmates, and even teachers who stood up for him. Nevertheless, the harm was already done. Due to a hasty judgment, Nam Joo-hyuk's reputation would never be the same. In South Korea, stories like this are becoming all too common, and it's hard to ignore the effect they're having on Kim Soo Hyun. Not to be overlooked is Sully, the adored actress who endured years of unrelenting abuse and harassment. Her personal decisions, which deviated from Korean society's traditional norms, drew criticism. She tragically committed suicide in 2019 because the pressure got too much for her to handle. Society didn't really comprehend the enormity of the abuse she had experienced until after her death. But with Kim Seon and now Kim Soo Hyun, we're witnessing a similar scenario play out. They are being subjected to the same pressure and attacks, and if Kim Soo Hyun has the emotional fortitude to bear them, who knows what might occur. One can't help but wonder how much pressure the public and media will put on someone before they lose it. This leads us to the question we must ask: when is enough? Before we pause and consider the possibility that we might be mistaken, how much more will the public and media pressure us? We cannot continue to make the same mistakes over and over. The example of Kim Soo Hyun is evidence that making quick decisions can be harmful. Even if he is already paying a high price, the veracity of the charges against him is still up for debate. Why does the public condemn someone so quickly in the absence of hard evidence? Why do we want to blame before the facts are known? If we keep going in this direction, we run the risk of ruining someone's life and career, only to realize it too late. I'll end by asking you this straightforward question: isn't it preferable to hold off on making a decision until the facts are known? We don't want rumors and conjecture to ruin someone's reputation, job, or life. We can't afford to make the same mistake twice, since we've seen how disastrous it can be to make snap judgments. Let's exercise greater responsibility and consider our options before acting.